I seem to be having some slight issues with my green screen today. Not quite sure exactly what's going on with it, but it seems to be flickering a bit. I don't know, maybe it's the position I'm sitting in or the light somehow. I don't know, but it's not as good as it normally is. And I haven't really changed anything. I'm still trying to do the same position of camera and everything that I had before. So I don't really know what I've changed. Could be something to do with the light, I guess. Maybe the screen's too close or something. I don't know. Anyway, have you noticed something different? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Notice the beard has gone? It wasn't really on purpose, I have to say, because it's pretty cold outside and it's wintry and it was keeping me warm, but it was just very, very large and bushy. And yeah, we had a slight accident, so it had to all come off. Yeah, and I think I'm going to be cold the next few days, walking around with fresh face. Well, yesterday we made some more progress on the admin board, and also I didn't push any of this code, so I'm going to just push it now quickly. More work on the admin puzzle. There we go. So I actually had a few minutes spare earlier, so I went ahead and made a couple of slight changes, and I'll show you what I did. So I'm going to go back to register. I'm going to register with me at me2.com. Kingsley. Oh, not quite. There we go. So here, well, when there's no cards, probably don't need to show this table, so I can get rid of that. But what I did here, I'll just create a card. A powerful card. 10, 10, 8. So when I save this, yesterday we worked on the edit, so now we can come and edit this card. And here it now changes to edit a card, and there's the update button. So if I change health to say 7, update that. So now it's switched back to the create a card view, and it has updated the values there. So that was something I just did earlier. And also, right now, these properties are the basic set, but there are a few more properties that I need to add. And I think also I need to add a few more tests to the back end. And actually, where's my notes? Let's see what I wrote down. Admin panel. Just drag that over here. So create a link from the dashboard. Well, we put that in the header now. New card form, we did that. Admin page loads the cards, we did that. DB specs, we've got a few more to write now. Clear form, yes, so I implemented a callback to clear this form. Oh yes, and a cancel button on the form. So need to do that. Just move this out of the way here. So just before we get into all the coding, I have a bit of artwork. Let's have a look at this. So this is the latest ideas around the main entry point to the card presale app, and the game, I think, as well. So you've got play, solo challenges, and those two will be not selectable in the first pass, and then the card presale, which will let you purchase cards, and then you can go through and look at your collection. So my original very poor drawing of this, and let me dig that out just for comparison, because it was very basic. I'll just grab it here. Here we go. So I said, this would be cool, and the artist said, how about this? Yeah, very nice. And obviously it'll be coloured and more work on the detailing, and it'll look pretty awesome, I think, when it's coloured and detailed. And also in the Godot game engine version, some of these things will have subtle animations. Not sure exactly where, but I'm sure it'll be like soft glows or pulsing lights, and maybe cogs turning slowly or creaking or something. I don't know. I think it's going to be awesome anyway. So we'll just close these. Okay, so how about we put a cancel button? I think even when you come and fill this form in, maybe some sort of clear might be good here anyway. So let's do that. So on our admin page, we have our table, and then here's our form, and here's our button action. So if we create a second button, cancel button action, okay, so this is going to be a get. It's going to return HTML. So if string is empty, so if I was like trying to make this very nice, I would change these string as empties probably to their own functions. So then I could say if editing card and things like that. Depends if I need the actual ID or not, but for these things I don't need the ID. Let's have a button. For this case, we'll have a different button for this case. So we'll do a, well, we don't need to disable it really, but in this case we want to change the text to clear, so if there's no editing going on, or maybe they should both be clear. Well, if there's no editing going on, clear sounds fine. If we are editing, maybe cancel. So in this case we want to do clear, and I think it's the same in this case as well. we just clear out the data. So these two buttons are pretty similar, so we could probably abstract this into a function. I'll come back and do that in a sec after we get the do clear written. I'll put it here. So do clear is going to just return a promise, never void, and could it be a get? It could probably be a get, because all it's going to do is something very similar to the callback that I put in. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the callback. Let me see, where's that? So on do edit card, on success response, I've now added an extra maybe in here, and it's a maybe of function. So you can pass any function into this maybe, and in this case I'm passing in a function which updates all of the cards properties and empties them out, and that pretty much is do clear. So I could probably replace this with the do clear. Because do clear is just going to be this. Now this should give me some completion error. Yes, so do clear. What was it complaining about? I was expecting a function and I got promise, never void. Ah, I see. So that was on line 318. 318. Yeah, so do clear needs to take an event. So I could just do it this way. E is HTML event, which returns a promise, never void, which does the do clear. So that should fix 318, but I should have the same problem on 326. I do. This is the same thing. And now this should be compiling. Okay, great. So if we reload this, here's my clear button. It's a bit bunched up, so I might need a bit of a space in between there. But now if I go edit, so cancel sets me back, and if I populate this, clear sets me back. So I really need to separate these buttons out a bit. I think as well, both of these sets of buttons are very similar, so we can abstract them out together, I think. So this button, the differences are only in the text. So I could, in this case, have the text in the else and call a function lower down. So let's make this a function called clear button, which returns some HTML, and we'll make it take the value, the text value, which is a string, and we'll move the button in here instead. This is a clear button. Yep. I've got a bit of extra help from the editor there, which I did not ask for. Right, so here we will put in cancel, and this will become value, and then we'll put one of these here as well. This will become clear, and yeah, that should do. And I think the same thing for this one as well. So we've got a fun, this is like a save or update button, and it's going to take, so the button stays the same. The only difference here is it takes a value, which is a string, and also it takes the doEdit card, which I think I can pass as a function. doEdit card is a function, yeah. So this is the, I'll call it a callback, a function of A, and the button returns HTML. And we'll just take this button. So this would be the callback. Maybe we don't need that. And this would be the value. Oops. Yeah, and that's giving me unclick callback as expecting function of HTML event to a. Oh yes, so the function actually takes an event. I think it might not need a. Yikes. I know it does want a. Okay, that's good. So the callback and the value, so now we can replace this whole button with a function here. So this is going to be update, and then this will be doEdit card, and we'll just get rid of that. So that already has made this a lot more readable as well. So this one is going to be save, and it's do card save, and we'll just get rid of this button. There we go. So it's all compiling, and now we'll go have a look, make sure it didn't break too much. So it's still looking good. Let's put some stuff in here. Let's clear it. That's working. Let's create a new card. Let's call the card Angel Euphrates Angel, 10 mana, 7 health, 3 attack. Save. So here's our angel. Actually, after save, we should really clear this out. So that isn't working at the moment. And then edit. Let's change attack from 3 to 8 and update it. That is good. And just create some random cards. So on save, we want to empty the card again. So we do that on do save card. Let's find that. And there's no callback, but really we could add a callback on dsave card on the success response. So here we could pass in a maybe of just. I want to do the do clear here really. I don't know if I can just do this. No, not quite. He says success response, maybe function A, but I got problems. Yeah, so I need to wrap it in a function still. So we'll do just anonymous function with a promise never void, and this would be that, and then this would be returning the do clear. Scroll. I'm still losing my voice. There you go, all compiles. So now in theory, if I reload here, we should be able to create a card and save. Yes, should drop out there. Right, clear could do with having a bit of spacing. And what's a good way for spacing? Probably a style. Fun. Where should I put the style? At the top, I think. Let's call it side space. Let's really call it something better than that. Left margin or something, I don't know. And here you can just say margin left 20px or something. And then we'll stick that on the clear button. Where are you, clear button? Clear button. Here you are. So I think I can do left margin here. Let's see what kind of. Yes, that's good. Is it too wide? It might be a little bit too wide. Yeah. A little bit too much there. I got a bit overexcited about the width of this. 10 might be enough. Yeah, 10 looks good. I like 10. Okay, so let's say we add a whole stack of cards in here, and at the moment this is just a text area, so it's not that helpful. Maybe we need some kind of numeric selector, and there'll be ultimately a very specific limit to the amount of health, mana and attack that you can select. I've just got my tea here, I'm going to drink it. Yeah. Do you like a cup of Chinese tea? Okay, so let's proceed a bit further. Let's put spinners, or whatever you call them. Let's see what Bootstrap has to say about that. Bootstrap docs. Bootstrap components. Bootstrap 4 docs components. Right, we want some kind of number. What's this spinner? Oh, that's a cool spinner. But I want like a number thing. Forms. Oh yeah, so what's a select? A select's useful when we've only got a number of things we want to select, but I want to leave it open at the moment. Arrange, that's a cool control. Checkbox, radio box, inline, no labels, form groups. Where is the number spinners? There must be some number choosers. Horizontal form, column auto sizing, inline form. Where are the number spinners? I'm sure there used to be number spinners. There must be some. I can't see any number spinners. Number. Okay, let's Google it. Bootstrap numeric input. Where's numeric input? Number. Form control number. Number. This looks like what I want. Yeah, one of these things. Form control input type of number. Number input type is number. Well, that's pretty straightforward. I probably should have known that. So, in that case, it should just be a case of changing the form, which is down here. So here's all the THs, here's the entry points, render card. Yeah, so name is text, description is text, mana, instead of text we want number. On health we want number. Attack we want number. What's that look like? Ha! Well, not very helpful. I guess we also need the style. Form control. Is that all we need? We have form control. Well, maybe it didn't actually pick it up. Just empty the cache. Ah, there we go. So now I can only type numbers in here. Okay, awesome. Now I think it's still going to take the number as a string through to the back end, which should be fine. Superman card, 10 mana, 23 health, 6 attack. All good. Edit that. 10, 23, 6. So yeah, it's all good, and that's a good start. Let's close this. Okay, so I think we've accomplished the cancel button that we were talking about earlier, and now we need to do some more stuff. So let's say we add a few more properties. So name, description, mana, health, attack. So the rarity and the deck we need to add. So let's add a textual description for the rarity and the deck. I think it makes sense to put that underneath name. So this would be input rarity, and this would be rarity, and there's probably going to be a select here instead of an input, because that would make more sense. rarity, enter a rarity, and then we'll have the deck. And again, I think this makes more sense to be a select as well, because we're going to have only a set number of decks. Deck theme, input, deck theme, enter a deck theme. So on deck theme, well actually I think since they're both going to be selects, maybe I'll just do a select from the start. Let's find a nice select from these forms here. Let's go select, example select. That's good enough. So this is the actual select. Need some options. Well, we just hard code the options because we know what they are. So instead of this input for the deck theme, we'll have a select like this, and we'll say this is going to be input. Well, let's call it select deck theme, and the first option will be the oh, we need to do some selected thing in here as well. I think working with a select, I have to do more stuff manually. Let me check the mint lang, because there may be a select component already available. Mint lang, mint UI, source, chooser, drop down. So here's a drop down component. On close, element of provider, transition. So what is this exactly? It's a sticky panel. Not sure if that's what I want. Seems a bit more than I need. What's in the showcase? Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot. Okay, let's do it longhand then. So we'll probably have to generate these options, and then we'll need to say which one's selected. Let's see. Think I should have it here somewhere. Yes. I need some options. So I think I'll generate. Do I need to generate the options? I need to set the selected option. Okay, let's try it like this. So let me move these options separately. Here's my select. This is deck theme. I will just ditch this input. And then in the select, I'll say options. And I'm going to make some options. Where should I put the options? I think the selected option is basically just an extra thing on the option that says true. So I would just add the option, iterate the options. So maybe I should just have deck. Maybe I should call this select deck options. And pop that up here. And this would be a get, I think. Select deck options. And we just have a array of options. So we'd have angels, demons. I'll just do 2 for now. So in theory I could array map that around and then say render select option, and then here we'd have a function render select option that would take the option as a string. Maybe I should call it opt as a string, return HTML, and I'd say if opt is I need the selected one. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to store the selected one in a card, in the card somewhere. So let's call this selected. So if opt is the same as selected, then do an option, the value, and the value, well, I guess the value can just be the same as the name. Name would be opt, and value, okay, no, option needs to close here with selected as true, and then I've got their name, which would be opt, and then I close the option. And otherwise I just have the same but without it being selected. So I just have a option with a value of opt, and then I'd have the name, which should be opt, then close the option. Okay, is that compiling? Nope, it is not happy because 338 needs a return type. So this should just return options, an array of HTML, seems like. Scroll. What's it saying? 339 function. Okay, so array render select option. Oh, I see. So this has to take a function of option, it's a string, returns an HTML, I think, and then this thing takes the opt and whichever thing is selected. Selected here. I don't know where I'll get that from just yet. Okay, so that's compiling, and how does that look? Deck theme, angels and demons, and so we'll put a name, we'll put a rarity, we'll put choose the deck, and then instead of description here we'll choose yes, we'll have description here, but instead of rarity we'll choose that, and then mana, health and attack, and that should be everything. So then here we've got the existing cards where we can edit them. So the last part then here is just to have another select for the rarity. Get select rarity options. I think we're going to have, let's see, what kinds of rare are we going to have? We're going to have rare, epic, legendary and insane. So just as a reminder, the cards here would have the mana, the attack, the health, and somewhere in here there'll be an indicator as to the rarity of the card. So that's coming. So select rarity options is going to be an array of HTML, and just the same as this one really. So we'll have rare, epic, legendary and insane. So I don't really know exactly how we're going to differentiate these on the cards. So I think we had some ideas that the rarity would be in the banners here perhaps, or maybe in some additional thing, because in the top right hand corner we have a little bit of space here, so we could put some kind of indicator or gem or something that indicates the rarity. So we're open to a suggestion for where to put rarity or how to indicate rarity on the card. I mean, the cards, perhaps their colours could be changed for different rarities. Perhaps they could have a different banner colour. I don't know. We need something, some way to distinguish between the rarities, and that's going to be an interesting part of the problem to solve. Because the more decks we have, the more cards we have, so we don't want it to be too difficult to implement. Rare, epic, legendary, insane, so that's selected. I think we can reuse the render select option because that's really just matching a string onto a string, and it should work fine. Okay, let's reload. So let's change rarity to be a select as well. So right now we have this select here, and rarity is going to go here. And we'll have select rarity options, select rarity, and let's have a quick check. So rare, epic, legendary, insane, angels day. So we need to add an extra couple of themes. Where did I go? Angels. Here we go. Angels, demons. Maybe I should say angels, paladins, demons, and undead. Yeah. More like. Very nice. Okay. Angels, paladins, demons, undead. Rarity. Okay. So now we need to see if we can save the value and load the value back in. So if I went to edit one of these, I need to add some extra values. So we'll do that in the render of the table underneath there. So here we've got render card name, description, mana, health, card attack. So let's also have, I think I'll do the same thing. We'll put after card name, we'll put rarity, card dot deck. How do I do it? I choose the rarity, then the deck. Maybe that should be the other way around. The deck, then the rarity. Yeah, deck, and then rarity. So name, deck, and rarity. Deck and rarity. So now we can be able to add all sorts of different cards. So when we do the edit card, we're going to need to add these extra bits in here. So name, this is going to be deck, card dot deck, rarity, card dot rarity, and here name deck is deck, rarity is rarity. So we'll go to the top to our states and we'll add name, state, deck, string, state, rarity, string. So now we have everything we need to build the front end. Do save card. Yes, when we save, we're also going to send the deck and the rarity along with it. Is that all the properties we need? Yes, I think it is. So we need to change a few things down here. Deck description. This looks all good actually. It's all good. Oh yes, so the selected one in the forms. So when we look at the deck, we've got select deck options, and at the moment we're not passing in the selected one. So I think this would just be coming off the card that we're looking at. So yes, every time. Yeah, I think maybe just putting deck in here will do, and rarity in here will do. So that sets the value. Maybe I should call this currently selected. So if the op is the currently selected one, then it's true, otherwise it just sits there. Look, I have an error here. Oh yes, I need to go and figure out the records at the top. So now we have name, now we're going to have deck, be a string, we have rarity, so be a string. And I think that will also mean the card will need name, deck is a string, and rarity is a string. So does this compile? Yes, it compiles, but I think it won't load here because the back end is returning the wrong thing. If I inspect here, network, when I do a get on the card, the page that comes back has missing properties. So let's go to the back end and fix the back end. So first of all, our card repo spec. At the moment, add a card doesn't take enough things, so we've got name, description, and here we need the rarity and the deck. So I'm going to start with strings. Deck, angels, rarity, rare, and then insert on the card repo. So card repo spec would need to take existing, so name, one of these. So existing card, deck, existing card, rarity, and then everything else here looks okay. Oh, add card. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now we need to go to the repo, card repo, and insert. Now is going to take a name, and then here we're going to have the deck and the rarity. That's good. So we need to change the domain object card to also have deck, which should be a string, and rarity, which will be a string. So name will have at deck string at rarity string, and then here we'll have the same things. Deck at deck rarity at rarity. Okay, that's enough to persist. I'm going to have to nuke the database and recreate it because it's going to have the wrong database structure. So card repo, I think that's maybe all I need. So let's go try and nuke in the database. GDB should nuke that, and let's do GDB test for that. And now we will just kill that, and let's try and run a test here. So G test. Okay, card.new, cards repo 19. Cards repo 19. Oh yes. So I didn't pass the variables in here, so I need to pass in deck and rarity. Let's run it. Run arguments for update. Oh yes, now of course update needs to take some extra stuff. So name. Yes, also here we need to get the deck name, not name, rarity. Update takes ID, name, it takes the deck and the rarity. There we go. And now that should be enough for update to work. Insert and update. So now back in create card, we need to add the deck as a string, the rarity as a string, and in update card we'll also put the deck as a string and the rarity as a string, and UI card also needs the same thing. It needs a deck as a string and a rarity as a string. So now we're looking good. So now we need to yes, we have everything. Mana string, so name at deck is going to be string, at rarity is a string. So let's try running the test again. Health, expected named argument, not deck. Create card number 2. So create card. Oh yes, I see. So this should be one of those. Very good. So this is space required. Card repo 24. So this is why tests are so awesome, because yeah, helps you spot all the mistakes. Rarity should be like that. Right. Card repo 44. So name, and then after name we're going to have rarity, deck and rarity, deck and rarity. Here we go. Oh yeah. Pass! It's a pass! We did it! So let's restart up the app. Ooh. Card repo insert geometric line 50, geometric line 50. Oh yes, here we go. So we also need UI card dot deck UI card dot rarity, and the same for here, UI card dot deck UI card dot rarity, and we have liftoff. Yes, I need the database, so I'm going to have to register again. So now I'm going to be me@me.com, my name, Kingsley, password, something like that. There we go. Let's register. Let's just get rid of this. Let's go to admin. Alright, let's create a card. Hercules. Hercules is going to be epic, and he's going to be an undead. Is that right? Should Hercules really be an undead? No, I think Hercules should be a paladin. Well, Hercules doesn't really fit with this, but anyway. A powerful human. Mana, we're going to have 10. Health, we're going to have 8. Attack, we're going to have 6. Save. There we go, we've added him in. Now, I think it'd be nice if rarity and paladins got reset. I think they're not being reset, so even if I do clear, they're not resetting. So do edit. And I said that he was... Oh yeah, his deck and rarity aren't showing up yet. And let's just inspect the back end. JSON. Let's reload this. What does it say about the cards? So deck is empty and rarity is empty. So I think it didn't, when we added it, it didn't send, it's not changing the state yet on the rarity and on the theme. So I guess I missed the on change off on the form. So let's create an on deck and on rarity. So on deck event, this is going to set the deck. On rarity, this is going to set the rarity. So now in the form, the HTML, where I put the, yes, here we go. So where's my select? Yeah, so this select needs an on change of on rarity, and this select, yes, I know I was going to put deck first, wasn't I, because it feels a bit more natural to choose the deck theme and then the rarity. So yes, we'll put the on change here on deck. Is that compiling? Let's have a look. Watch. Yes, it compiles, so we should reformat this. Let's see what we got. So let's edit this, make him a paladin, make him legendary, update. Yes, paladin's legendary, very good. We need to reset this form, so if I go and edit, I change him to demon and insane and update. He has changed here. If I go angel and rare and then I edit this, these angels and rare should change to demons and insane. Yeah, so it is correctly setting the values, which is awesome. it's just not clearing them. I think that's all to do with the do clear. Here's my do clear. Yeah, I'm not clearing out or not resetting the values. So let's say deck. I don't know if I should set it to empty. I should probably set it to something else. Maybe I need like a chooser in there, or maybe I'll just set something as a default. I don't know what will happen if I clear. So undead, insane, clear. Yes, it's just setting it back to the very first one, which for now is fine. I think you got to choose one anyway, so having the one in there by default, that seems fine. These are all mandatory right now. So the idea is we'd go through, we'd add a lot more cards, and then the next step is to work on the player. So we'd come to the dashboard here, and as a player there'd be some buttons here. I think it basically is going to look a bit like that screenshot I posted earlier. Where is it? Let me fetch it again. So this guy here, that's a bit big. So this is play and sell challenges, which we don't need probably for the first pass of the game mechanics. We probably need play and my collection, and instead of card pre-sale we'll just have like get more cards. So yeah, the next step then is maybe to auto generate a whole range of cards with different values as test data, and then we'll have all that data available, and then we'll do the purchase. So probably like a link which will be purchase cards. You go click on it and you'll see the 4 themes, and within each theme you'll see the different rarities, and then you'll be able to choose a number of decks to buy in each rarity. And of course in the prototype like this there won't be any real purchasing. You'll just get the cards added straight into your collection. So I think that's next. Then after that we'll do your collection, showing you all the cards that you've purchased, and then the next step after that will be to take the deck and build your own deck from your collection. And then after that, finally, we'll get on to the game, the turn-based game challenge. I don't know if I'll do AI first or if I'll do playing against another player. We'll have to wait and see. Right, so also I'm getting some feedback from the artist on the latest work. So this is literally coming in right now. I'm going to show you it because it's hot off the press. Let's have a look. Downloads. Where is it? Here we go. Here is the very latest piece of work from the new artist. And yes, I like it, I like it. Looking nice. Very nice. So she'll be in a card. She's Daphne. She is the undead category. So she's like a zombie pirate, second in command, general kind of girl. And yeah, she's looking pretty powerful. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, I think that's where I'll leave off today, and we'll pick up again tomorrow and continue. So thanks very much for watching my stream, and one day in the next few months, this will turn into an awesome, awesome trading card game, and I'm so excited for when we get to the animated game engine stuff, because then we'll have all the mechanics worked out, and we'll just go ahead and start building a cinematic, animated, awesome trading card game, and we'll have beautiful cards like the ones I've just shown you, and there'll be awesome gameplay, nice competitive, turn-based, fast-paced, along the lines of Hearthstone, and it's just going to be totally an awesome game. So anyone getting in early into the action will follow me building the mechanics through the code, and may have a slight edge in the game because we'll have you might have some inside knowledge of how the game works, and I think the cards are going to be the next big challenge. So the artists need to start increasing the pace and producing a lot more artwork for the cards, and then we'll do a card pre-sale, raise some money, and then move into full development. So that's going to be pretty exciting over the next couple of months. I'd say probably another 2 to 3 months to get the card pre-sale going, and that app is going to have a lot of cinematics and animation and beautiful cards in that game, in that app, and that will be used to do the early bird purchase if you want to get involved, and then we'll develop the rest of the app. But yeah, so that's it for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow and every night at 9 o'clock to continue my development. So I hope you enjoyed watching me stumble around the code, really tired. And yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.